So, you're running a business in Australia. You know what that means, right? Juggling 1,000 tasks at once. And one of the biggest juggling acts is managing your books. But what does that actually cost? Let's dive in, break down the numbers for 2025, and figure out the smartest financial move for your business.
All right, so this is the question, isn't it? The one every single business owner wrestles with. Do you try to handle the books yourself? Hire someone full-time? Or is there another way? This isn't just a small decision. We're talking about something that hits your time, your wallet, and yeah, the whole future of your company.
You know, when you think about it, from the invoices flying out to making sure everyone gets paid, your books are so much more than just admin work. This is a huge decision, one that can honestly make or break your business's success. So let's get down to it. What are the real costs we're talking about here?
Okay, so what is the actual number? What's the bottom line? And I'll tell you right now, it's way more than just a salary figure or a monthly invoice. It's the total cost of keeping your finances straight, and really getting a handle on that number, that's absolutely crucial. So yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, before we jump into the dollars and cents, let's just take a quick step back and remember why this whole thing is so important. Because good bookkeeping, it's not just punching numbers into a spreadsheet. Not at all. Think of it more like the financial nervous system of your business. It's what gives you all the feedback you need to stay healthy, to make smart moves, and to grow.
I mean, first off, staying compliant with the ATO, that's non-negotiable, right? But it gets way more interesting than that. What's really powerful is how that same organized data becomes your secret weapon. It saves you a ton of time, for one, and it fuels your growth. When you have accurate reports at your fingertips, you can suddenly make much smarter decisions. You actually know your true cash flow. You can pinpoint which services are making you the most money. Heck, you can even build a solid case for a business loan. It's a game changer.
All right, let's explore path number 1, hiring an in-house bookkeeper. This is the traditional way of doing things, right? For a lot of businesses, it just feels like the default, the obvious choice.
So, what's the big appeal? Well, it's all about control. You've got a dedicated person on your team, maybe just down the hall, who really gets to know your business inside and out. And you can't deny, that's a pretty big plus.
But, and this is a big but, that dedicated support comes with a pretty hefty price tag. It's a number that frankly shocks a lot of business owners when they actually sit down and add everything up.
Yep, you're seeing that right. A full-time, experienced bookkeeper can set your business back up to 100,000 Australian dollars a year. And believe me, that is not just their salary.
So, you're probably wondering, how on earth do we get to a number that big? Well, first, you've got the base salary, which can range anywhere from 60 to 100 grand. Then, you've got to add the mandatory super contributions on top of that. And don't even get me started on the overheads. We're talking recruitment costs, training, software licenses, even the desk space and the computer. It all adds up fast.
Okay, so that's one side of the coin. Now let's flip it over and look at a completely different approach, the outsourced alternative. This is a much more modern, flexible way of doing things. And honestly, it's becoming the go-to for tons of small and medium-sized businesses out there. So what is outsourcing, really? In simple terms, it just means you're partnering with an external expert or a firm to handle your books. The beauty of it is, you get top-notch expert support whenever you need it, but without all the costs and long-term commitment of hiring a full-time employee. Probably the biggest win here is just how scalable it is. You literally only pay for what you need when you need it. So maybe you start small with a basic package, say around $500 a month. Then, as your business grows, you can easily scale up. You can add on things like detailed reporting, payroll, even high-level strategic advice. And it's all for a predictable monthly fee. No surprises. Okay, so we've laid out two very different models with, let's be honest, wildly different costs. Let's put them side by side and really figure out which path makes the most sense for your business. So on one hand, you've got the in-house model. It gives you that dedicated, on-site control, but it can cost you up to 100 grand a year. On the other hand, you've got outsourcing, which offers you flexible, expert support starting at just a tiny fraction of that cost. Look, the right choice here really boils down to your specific situation, your budget, what you actually need, and how much hands-on control you feel you've got to have.
At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. It's not about just finding the cheapest option possible. You need to look for the solution that gives you the most value. And value can mean a lot of things. Maybe it's saving you precious time, maybe it's just the peace of mind knowing it's done right, or maybe it's getting those killer insights that actually help you grow your business.
So I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. When you think about your finances, is bookkeeping just a chore, a necessary evil, a cost that you just have to minimize at all costs? Or do you see it as a strategic investment, an investment in the financial health and the long-term future of your business? Your answer to that question, well, that's going to tell you everything you need to know.